Hi, it's Mrs. Hudson, and I would love to read for you today a book called The Kissing Hand. This is a book about a little raccoon who is nervous about going to the first day of school. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. "I don't want to go to school," he told his mom. "I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, 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 Mom, can I stay home with you?" Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. "Sometimes we all have to do things we don't want to do," she told him gently, "even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends, and you'll play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides," she added, "I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem warm and cozy, just like your days at home. Chester goes to school at nighttime because he's a raccoon, and at nighttime, raccoons are awake, and during the day, they are asleep. They're called nocturnal animals." Do you think it would be cool to go to school at nighttime? I don't know. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. "A secret? What kind of secret?" "A very old secret," said Mrs. Raccoon. "I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand." "The kissing hand?" asked Chester. "What's that?" Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely, I missed a very important page. I'll show you." Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. This is your palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hand, up his arm, and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. "Now," she told Chester, "whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, 'Mommy loves you, Mommy loves you.' And that very kiss will jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts." She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. "Now, do be careful not to lose it," she teased him. "But don't worry, when you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick." Oh, look how cute he is. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. Look, they're holding hands. He's playing. All that. It's so cute. Ooh, now it's dark outside. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtful. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. "Give me your hand," he said. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and he kissed the center of her hand. "Now you have a kissing hand, too," he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and "I love you," Chester turned and danced away with all the other nocturnal animals that are going to school at nighttime in the big tree. And their teacher is an owl. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across the tree limb and enter school. And as the hoot owl rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. "Chester loves you," it sang. "Chester loves you." I love this picture. Look at this is their school. There's the teacher. And there's all the animals in the tree going to school. I used to read this book. It says, I love you. When my daughter was going to kindergarten, she got really nervous about going to school, and she rode the bus. She would get nervous so much that her tummy would hurt, and it seemed like every day she had a tummy ache, and she would say, I don't want to go to school, I have a tummy ache. And it turns out that she was feeling nervous about being away from home and all the things that made her feel safe because it was a new thing, and she wasn't sure if she was going to like it. So we practiced doing this, and it did make her feel a little bit better. And over time, she really started to like school, and her tummy aches went away, and she felt better and better. So I hope that you like this book. You can read it anytime.